Hey babes, my name is Jessica and this is my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope you enjoy, and if you do, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and turn on your post notification bell so you can be notified the next time I post a new video. Today I want to talk to you guys about how to fix your retention issues. Last week's video I uploaded a video called Adhesive Talk, Best Adhesive for Lash Extensions. I'll have it linked up here for you guys, so if you have not watched it, go check that video out. But Hannah Hart, thank you so much for leaving a comment. I'll have her comment down here for you guys. She said, can you make a video on how to fix retention issues? So thank you, Hannah, for your comment. I also had someone comment, and I'm going to shout you out as well. Her name is, let's see, because I screenshotted it. Her name is 𝒀𝑇𝑒𝑒𝑋𝑂. 𝒀𝑇𝑒𝑒𝑋𝑂. Oh my god. What did I say? I'm so sorry, girl. Her name is 𝒀𝑇𝑒𝑒𝑋𝑂. I'll have her comment right here as well. She said, babe, can you do a video on your favorite tweezers for handmade fans, pro-made fans, isolation, and classic and volume? I think that would be amazing. And I did do a video on that. I'll have it linked up here as well. That video, I think I filmed for like an hour and I had to cut it down to 18 minutes. So I had so much more to say, but again, thank you guys for those comments. If you guys ever comment a video idea, I will screenshot it, and if I make it, I'm going to shout you out. I'm not sure if I shouted her out on that video. I think I had screenshotted it, but I don't think I imported it because I'm trying to get my life together, guys. So as I said, I'm trying to get my life together, and on last week's video I did mention that I want to stop bombarding you guys with so much stuff and getting like sidetracked. So I do have notes for today's video, not really notes, but like more bullet points, just so I don't get like sidetracked and I stick to what I feel like is most comprehensible. I don't know how to speak, obviously, but so you guys can take as much knowledge and actually implement it into your lashing days versus just getting so much information that you're like, this is way too much. So the question that she asked is how to fix retention issues, and I feel like that's one of the most common questions. I think I always say that. That's one of the most common questions. But it is kind of one of the most common questions, how to fix retention issues. I'm thinking because of it's an adhesive video, she's talking about adhesive, like retention issues with lashes, not really retention issues with her clients coming back and booking. So that's what we're going to talk about today, how to fix your retention issues. If you guys want a video on how to keep retention, like client retention, like how to keep them coming back, I could also make a video on that. But if you've watched previous of my videos, I do talk a lot about how I've kept my clientele and how I'm fully booked and things like that. So let's get into how to fix your retention issues. So the first bullet point I have is notes. Notes. You need to definitely be making sure you're taking notes of every single appointment you have. I have an iPad, and I feel like with my iPad I do everything. This iPad is really old. I get that question asked a lot, like, which iPad do you have? Mine is like a $200-$300 iPad. Fun fact, very sad fact, this is my actual third iPad. My first iPad got broke when my mom had a car accident. Thank God it was just my iPad that got broke and not like my mother's phones. Que no, cancelada las malas vibras. So my first iPad got broken in a car accident. My second iPad got stolen. And then this is my third lucky iPad. But they've always been very inexpensive, and I feel like with all those three iPads I could have got the new iPad Pro, Max, whatever it's called. I think that one is like $1,000 for an iPad. If you want to purchase that one, go ahead. The iPencil like magnetizes. Mine is like the first generation iPencil iPad, the most basic. But the app I use is called Good Notes, and I do take very detailed before and after pictures, before notes, after notes. So what that means is like, what's my humidity like when I'm doing their lashes? How did they come in? Did they come in late? Did they come in with makeup? Am I taking like time? Are their lashes like super grown out? Things like that. That's definitely going to help you so much, because if you're going out and asking anyone, hey, how can I fix my retention issues, they're always going to ask you a little bit. They're going to ask you to give them a little bit more information. There's not like one thing that's going to solve your retention issues. So you definitely need to be making sure you're taking notes, because is it with all your clients? Is it with a couple of your clients? And if it's a couple of your clients, are all the clients the same time? Like, is it like midday clients that are acting up? So you want to make sure you're taking very detailed notes of the time. How long ago have they booked their appointments? So have they came in 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, things like that. Keep very detailed notes. Then you go in and you ask your guests, like, when were your lashes? When did you notice your lashes mostly falling out? In the morning, at nighttime, throughout the day, when you wash? Let them give you their answer. Write it down in your notes. Ask them, are they falling off with a natural lash? Are they falling off by themselves? If they're falling off with a natural lash, that means it's the lash cycle. You know, on average 2 to 5 lashes per eye fall out a day. So if it has an extension on there, they're gonna see the extension falling off with the natural lash. But if it's just popping off by itself, you wanna make sure you're taking notes of that, so you can go back and, let's say on that specific day you were having bad adhesive, your adhesive was not working for you, you'll know it was your issue. But let's say you look back at their notes and they were 30 minutes late, they were really jittery, they kept talking on the phone, they kept getting up to use the restroom, they came in with dirty lashes. Then you can be like, okay, you've never had retention issues, but last time you came in late with makeup on and you told me you had retention issues. So let's try to fix that. Let's see if that could help. Make sure you're coming in 5 minutes early with clean lashes. Make sure you're not drinking caffeine so your eyes are not so jittery, and take this time to relax and de-stress, and probably that will help. The second thing, touch-ups. Was it 2 to 4 weeks? I already talked about that. The third bullet note I added is add more time to your appointments. So let's say you're doing touch-ups for an hour and you feel like in that hour you're not getting them as full as you want, and then they're not coming back until like 4 weeks later. You're gonna have retention issues, because I personally feel like with an hour you're taking about, I don't remember exactly where I left off, but adding more time. So I personally feel like with an hour you have to greet your guest, let them sign in to do their consent form. You want to go over their notes. You want to ask them if what they got last time was good, and if they ever want to switch anything, that's going to take a little bit more time to try to figure out what they want before pictures. And placing the gel pads down, placing tape, making sure everything's fine, getting your adhesive in your adhesive drop, getting your lashes, the tweezers, all that takes time. So that, I personally feel like, takes me about 10 minutes of their appointment time. And then wrapping up, getting their lashes, putting them away, getting the tweezers nice and clean, removing the gel pads, misting them, taking after pictures, asking if everything's fine, if they want to fix anything. I want to make sure I have enough time that if they're like, oh yeah, I want to add a little bit more in the inner corner or here or there, I have a good 5 to 10 minutes to be able to do that. So in an hour, I personally feel like it's not enough time for me. So if you feel like your appointment time, you're just rushing and you don't have enough time, it doesn't matter that your neighbor down the street is doing appointments in an hour. If you feel like you need an hour and a half or 2 hours, do that. The lash industry is so new, and it's amazing that you don't have to stick to a specific way of lashing. There's so many ways to lash. There's so many ways you can take your business. So take advantage of that. Don't feel like, oh, because my neighbor girl is taking 45 minutes to do her touch-ups and her clients are coming to me and telling me, why am I taking long? I suck. No, you don't suck. We're all different. We're all at the same level. Even if you feel like she's been lashing for 3 years and you've been lashing for 4 months, There might be a difference, but you'll be better than her in no time. Trust me. I always tell this to everyone that reaches out to me. They're like, oh my God, I love this, I love that. And I'm like, girl, in no time, you're gonna be better than me. Don't even stress out, you know. Don't even think I'm like this crazy person, because no, like, we're all in this life journey together and this lash journey together as well. So don't feel like your neighbor is your competition, even though some people might take it as that they are their competition. I personally feel like if we both help each other grow, it will benefit both of us, versus you trying to bad talk your neighbor and your neighbor trying to bad talk you. It's just not professional, and it is just, I just feel like that's not the way to go. So definitely adding maybe more time to your appointment will help with the retention issues, because when you have more time to focus on that, you're gonna have more time to clean your client's lashes. You're gonna have more time to make sure you're placing the lashes right. So I was just talking to one of my friends, and she said, I have really bad retention issues. And I was asking her, I was like, so are you placing them right? She's like, yeah, when I place them, they look good. And I'm like, do you ever take the time to, okay, so when we're lashing, we're looking at them from the top, right? So you're placing the lashes like this. This is their eyes are closed, and you're placing the lash like this. And I told her, I was like, do you ever take the time, like 5 minutes, just to like turn and like see it from the side view? And she's like, never. And I'm like, try to look at that sometimes, you know, that might help. Because again, we're trying to troubleshoot, or whatever it's called, like the issue. Check off the list. Okay, I've done this, I took my notes, I added more time, the touch-ups are right. You want to make sure you're like checking off each box. So this could help as well to one of you out there. So if your placement is like this, so this is a natural lash from the side, right? But we're not looking at it from the side, we're kind of looking at it from the top, right? So you're placing it and it looks perfect. But if you turn to the side, it might look like this, and that's going to cause retention issues. It's going to cause makeup, if your client wears makeup, oil, sweat, dead skin, to start building up right there. And when she's washing or she's like brushing her lashes, it's going to constantly start like tugging on there. I like to reference back to lash extensions to nails a lot, because a lot of people, when I start talking like, oh, everyone's gotten their nails done. So whenever I talk to my clients, like they've never had lash extensions done, and I reference nails, it kind of clicks and they kind of get it. So I tell them, have you ever gone somewhere and your nails start lifting on the top? And they say yes. And I'm like, you're washing your hair or whatever, and it starts getting stuck. And they're like, yes. And I'm like, slowly by slowly it starts lifting more and more and more. And they're like, yeah. So that's what's gonna happen if you're not placing them properly. They're kind of like this, little by little they're gonna pop off. So just taking a little bit of time to make sure, like from the side, that you have a good placement, making sure your curls, that if your client's lashes are like this and you have a super duper curly lash, you want to make sure you have about like a 1 or 2 millimeter attachment. I'm sure like you can probably switch curls to like an L curl, an M curl. There's so many curls out there in the market that would maybe help you a little bit better. The L curls kind of have like this type of curl, so all of this is getting attached to the natural lash, versus a D curl where it's like this and you have like the tiniest bit attached to the natural lash that can easily pop off. So choosing curls as well, choosing lengths that are good for your client's natural lashes, please. If your client's natural lash is like a 10 millimeter and she wants like a 18, 20 millimeter lash, you're gonna have bad retention. Those lashes, once they grow out a little bit, they're gonna start twisting, they're gonna poke her eye. It could cause damage to her natural lashes if she's constantly wearing that length. They're gonna look droopy. So have you ever seen someone and their eyes just look droopy because it's so heavy for their natural lashes? You can probably get away with using 0.3, not no crazy mega volume, like maybe like a 2 to probably 5D max if you want to go like crazy long lengths. I don't know why you would want to do it. To each their own. I feel like choosing the right length and curl is going to be crucial, because then it's going to suit the eye better and it's going to be better retention. It's not going to be too heavy. It's not going to be like causing any damage to the natural lashes. It's going to be good attachment, all of that. So let's go to the next bullet. is your client talking during their lash appointment? This is going to lessen the time you're applying lashes. Let's say you're someone that talks to your clients and their eyes are really jittery and you're waiting for their lash to be super still for you to be able to place the extension on there. One, you can dip the extension in your adhesive ring in the jade stone and be hovering until the natural lash stops moving and placing it, and the adhesive is already halfway cured and it's not getting a nice attachment. That could be one issue. Another issue is you're just not dipping the adhesive and you're just waiting for her to stop laughing. That's taking you a couple seconds. Or she made a funny joke and you're about to place a lash and you're like, ah, and you're like laughing and like, yeah, girl, I agree with you and stuff like that. And again, to each their own. If you want to run your business like that and you want to be really good friends with your clients and have the appointment run like that, that's totally fine. Make sure you're adding more time. Like I said earlier in the video, add more time to your appointment so you are isolating properly. You're not getting all these stickies because you just want to laugh with your client. You want to make sure you're taking your client's natural lash health first and then being friends with them, or however you want to run your business, you know? Not second, but like, you know, you want to take into account their lash health. So that's another big issue, is clients' eyes are jittering. Try to calm them down, and little by little, this is going to be like muscle memory. So you're going to be quicker the more you lash. You're also going to be checking off these boxes instantly in your mind. I'm sure there's more that I can talk to you guys about retention issues. I just want to kind of compile them and make them a little bit more comprehensive. 17 minutes. Hopefully this video is not too long. I'm going to cut it down, but I wanted you guys to like kind of understand like how my mind works. So like whenever I do get someone that's like, hey, my retention is a little bit bad, these are like the points that I check off and what I ask them. And again, you guys run your business however you guys want it. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to drop it down in the comments below. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to share this video with a lash friend. Let's share the lash love. If you enjoyed, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down so I can know. Subscribe down below and turn on your post notification bell so you could be notified the next time I post a new video. And until then, bye my loves. I'm so glad I did my outro perfectly. I kind of forget a little bit, but my face is gonna pop up. Click it and you will be subscribed to my channel. And if you want, go watch 2 other of my videos before you leave. I love you. Oh my god, I'm about to burp.